Hi everyone, welcome to 876 United Hub, where the theater of dreams meets the world. We were spoiled with so many titles. We've been used to seeing our side doing nothing but win Premier League titles, Champions League, Cups. However, those times have ended and it's dried up significantly. We're in 2024. Our last title was 2011-2012 season under Sir Alex Ferguson. Now, a lot has happened ever since Sir Alex retired. We haven't had any success in the Premier League. We only had one Europa League. We haven't had any success in Champions League, and we have a few cups. I say that to say this: managers has failed us, players has failed us, but most of all, the owners of the club has failed us. We say we are Manchester United as fans, but majority of the time, it feels like we are Manchester divided. Do we even look at what united means? Where did the word united derive from? Unity means to come together, to unite, to be one. But there's so much infighting in the fan base right now. Player FC, manager FC, whatever you want to call it. Your players is having a bad time at the moment. Players been having bad time. But with the support from the fans, they'll get you it. Which at this moment in time, the players doesn't have the support of the fans. Or should I say, majority of the fans. Now let's look back. Did David Moyes get enough time to do the job that he should do or do a good job? I'd say no, because the owners of the club was running a business. All they see was a business. Once Sir Alex retired, all they saw was a business. And I cannot fault them in that, where every business that's operated need to make a profit. So the only way for them to make a profit was to make these Galactico signing. We're not Real Madrid. We're Manchester United, right? But like any smart business person, you would know that in order to make sustainable profit, you have to invest. And you have to invest in the infrastructure of the company, your staff, your employees, so to speak, and the teams that operate inside the company. So in Manchester United case, the board of directors, the person that's made the decisions, the coaches, the players, and all the other stuff. Now, if you don't invest correctly, or you are trying to make a quick fix to make quick profit, then you won't have sustainability. And as we can see, that's what's happening to Manchester United. The owners did not bring the right infrastructure in, they did not bring the right people in, they did not try to create an identity for the club. Everyone keeps saying that, oh, the Manchester United way, the Manchester United identity. Did they even create an identity? Did they continue on the legacy that Sir Alex Ferguson left? Did they improve on that? The answer is no, they didn't. What they did, they took all the legacy and run it down. They drained the club in a way that every manager that comes to that club would fail. Why? Because the basics is not there. The best of the best is not there. So in other words, all managers were set up to fail. You have serial winners in Jose Mourinho. What did he win? The Europa League. Did he win the Premier League? No. Did he win the Champions League? No. And one of his statement was his biggest achievement was finishing second at Manchester United. For a manager that's used to winning Premier Leagues, Champions Leagues, to say that one of their biggest achievements at Manchester United in all his time he spent there was finishing second, that's a disappointment. You have Wenger, who was gotten rid of in a way that it's unethical. It's not the correct way to do business. And when you do business like that, no one would appreciate you. The way he left wasn't right. I mean, fans, media knew that he was through the door before the manager even knew. Now, it leads to me asking this question. Did these managers even get the players that they asked for? Did they even get the signing that they needed? Or were they just given players based on the player value? The monetary value on those players, the monetary return that the club could make by selling jerseys. Was it? In my opinion, maybe the managers got like probably about, I'd say, 45 to 50% of the players that they actually wanted in a team. The rest of it was financially motivated by the club. Yeah, financially motivated. A lot of the signings that they do, so they go for a big name player that that all right, you know what, these sponsors would approve of it because they have an international star that's wearing their brand, which will make them money, which will make United money. Now we have Ole, one of the club's greatest goal scorers, and a person who managed wholeheartedly. And I think he did his best given the circumstances. Was he the right manager at the time? Yes, he was. Was he given the right players? I don't think he was. With all that he have done, I think our club keep acting in a way where they wanted a quick fix. No one wanted a rebuild. No one wanted to build the infrastructure from the ground. It felt like the atmosphere had left. And we all know what it feels like when the atmosphere is at the roof. Work in an environment where the vibes, the atmosphere, you enjoy playing, working in the atmosphere once it's at the roof. But the moment the atmosphere starts falling to the ground, you lose morale, you lose composure, you lose the ability to do your job the way you used to do it. The feeling of it is what it is. You don't want to be there anymore. You can't wait to leave. And that's what's been happening ever since 2011 2012 season. No, we should have kicked on from there. However, we haven't. It leads to another couple of managers, interim, and now we're at the point where we have Erik ten Hag as our own manager. Now, a lot of people are saying, should he go? Should he stay? In my opinion, he deserved to finish the season out, regardless of what the circumstances. Why? Because if you're building from the ground up, if you're building a new infrastructure, if you're building the club in the way it should have done years ago, you will have struggles. And you will come up on hard times. You will find times where the result is not there. We keep hearing, oh, this is the third season, he should be challenging. But challenging with what? What was he given in the first two seasons to be challenging with? In my opinion, I don't think the players that he was given was his players that he wanted. However, the media and everyone keep saying those are Erik Ten Hag signings. They might have come to the door while he's there, but I do not believe wholeheartedly that 100% of those players was his decision, was his choice. And we could all sit here and blame him for everything, but the players is to be blamed as well. So now I'm looking at a situation that we're in. There's a minority change of ownership in Ineos. They have come and they have changed the infrastructure from beginning. Or should I say started to change the infrastructure. Starting to make changes that will build the club back. Do they deserve praises for those? Yes. The brave face of them to say, all right, listen, we'll take this amount of stake in the company, but we want to run the footballing business. That's balls. It takes balls to do that. You're the minority shareholder, but yet still, you run the biggest part of the company. You control the biggest part of the company. You make the decisions where it matters. I applaud them for that. Putting in their guys, the person that they would like, the person that's qualified to be in that era, the person that has the experience of doing the job the persons before didn't have. And I congratulate them on that. The signings that we've seen so far, they're really good signings. And we can see a difference. We can also see a pattern of play. We can also see where we would have been if all of this had happened 3 years ago in the first season. But it's not all rosy for Ineos. Why, you might ask? It's not hard to make these decisions when the Glazers already showed you what not to do. And that's what Ineos has done. They have looked at what the Glazers have done over the last decade and said that, okay, we can't go down this route because if we do, we'll be failing just like they are. It's not a matter of ripping up everything and start over. But it's a matter of getting the right person in the right era and at the right time. No, Ineos appointed Ten Hag, as they said. They're happy with him. So they extended his contract. Whether it's a case where they couldn't find a suitable manager or a better suited manager for the job, only the Ineos will know. However, if you decide that you're gonna go ahead with the manager and you're gonna get the signings that we should have gotten, I think he deserved to have until the end of the season. 3 games can change this right now. 9 points can change the narrative right now. And then everyone is saying, oh, what a good manager he is. Or losing 3 games can say, oh, he needs to go. Everyone is going to say, oh, it's the worst manager. But what we as a United fans don't look at is the animosity that we give these players, the manager as well. I'm not saying they are not to be blamed. Players make bad decisions. Managers make bad decisions. But they're humans. At the end of the day, you don't know what a person is going through. Mentally, physically, and emotionally. These players has to put up with everything. Regardless. No matter how many pain they are, they're in. They're still going out there. You don't know what happened last time. Did he have a good sleep? You don't know how well these players are sleeping. Do you guys even understand what mental health is? It takes a toll on you, mentally, physically, and emotionally. And when you go online and you use social media to bring these players down, it's not good. And you have rivals that's telling you what to do. A lot of Manchester United fans listen to their rivals. Oh, he's the wrong manager. He shouldn't be here. You know why they're telling you that? They've seen what he can do, and they've seen what he's doing. They've seen the improvement. They've seen what's going to happen if you stick with this manager, if the club give him the right players, if the infrastructure continue to build, and if the club bring the atmosphere back to where it was. They've seen the potential and they're scared. But we, as the United fans, doubt the whole entire process. It's a rebuild. Sir Alex Ferguson didn't have the greatest of start, but if they had gotten rid of him, like what they're doing since recently, maybe we would have never enjoyed the success that we have enjoyed. There's a saying, time is longer than rope, and you won't know where you're going until you reach there. If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. And that's what Manchester United was doing for the past decade. They didn't know where they want to reach. They didn't know what they want to do. They just keep chopping and changing managers and players. Because why? It suits a business policy. But now it seems like there's a clear goal, there's a clear vision, there's a clear trajectory, and there's a clear place where this club wants to be. And instead of aligning ourselves with the players and the managers, yes, I agree that there's a few players who might not fit the criteria, but everyone helps. A chain is as strong as its weakest link. And if we keep bringing that team down, how do we expect them to have self-confidence? How do we expect them to be clinical? You're in the stadium and you're booing the player. Why? Because you don't like that player. No, once you support the club, you support the players. Because we expect any player that wear that shirt to give everything for the club. So if we support the club, we need to support the players and the manager. I say that to say this. We've been spoiled. And now we're finally feeling what the Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Spurs, Newcastle, all of these other clubs, we finally feel what they were going through during the time when we were enjoying ourselves. Now it's how long we sit and wait. It's how long the club takes to build the infrastructure. No one knows how long it's going to take. But I can see that their steps have been taken in the right direction. The age of the players that we're bringing in, the quality of the players that we're bringing in, the academy is being rebuilt, or I should say they're extending on the academy. Now what we need to see is the same pattern of play in the academy and the first team. So it makes it easier for all of these younger players to integrate into the first team seamlessly. They know what to expect. They know the style of play. They know the pattern of play. They know how to press, when to press, spatial awareness, player awareness on both ends, whether it's your teammate or your opponent. Now let's get on to the 2024-2025 season. We've had a bad start, in a lot of people's opinion. But if you ask me, I'd say it's moderate. It's okay. We're at 11. But how far are we from 10? How far are we from 8? How far are we from 5, 6? It's not that far. 2 games can change anything. As I said before, 6 to 9 points can change every single thing. All right? We've created the most clear-cut chances in the last 5 Premier League games than any other team. We've improved defensively. We have 3 clean sheets. Yes, we scored 5 goals. We conceded 5. But we only conceded in 2 games. And if we were clinical enough, if you look at those 17 goals, clear-cut chances, right, we could have been what? 12 points? Give and take? We could have. When you're creating 4 clear chances in one game and you're not scoring two, 50%, I'd say if we should score 70% of all the clear cut chances that we created in our games. And that goes back to mentality. That goes back to management. Do they have someone that they can speak to about their mental health? Someone that's actually going to do the job? Does the players have a way out of relieving stress mentally, physically, and emotionally? Is there a structure to say that, okay, do you need more time and shooting drills rather than running today? How do you become clinical? You have to look at this. And that's on the managers, coaches, and also on the player. And these are the things that we need to look into. I still think we can win the Europa League. I believe we can finish in the top 4. But will we? I'm not sure. One of our biggest issues that is still lingering is that we're not clinical. We created loads of chances last season. But the difference is that we're creating clear-cut chances this season. But the only issue is that we are not clinical enough. There's players that I've seen that we hesitate too much on the ball. We try to make passes that we're not supposed to be trying to make. Rather than making the obvious passes, the simple pass. Bruno is one of them. He's been very wasteful this season. Not saying he's not a good player, he is. I've seen Rashford been the players that's doing worse than him, but he's been on the lips of all pundits. Oh, you haven't done anything last season. There's 38 games in the Premier League season. We only have 5 already gone. Now he's been making runs, but no one is finding him. He's created chances in 5 games. In the Premier League, there's what? 4, 5 or 6 chances? Between 3 or 4 is clear chances that should have gone in the back of the net. However, it's not good enough. So if we're going to blame the person that's creating the chances, we need to blame the person that's not finishing the chances as well. How many chances have Joshua Zirkzee had this season? Yes, he had a good start to the season. He's the glue at the moment, but we brought him to score. We brought him in as a striker. And I'm not having a go at him. I'm saying the team in general needs to work together. There need to be a cohesion. They need to know when to attack, when to defend. And the manager needs to drill that into them. Mentally, the team is not mentally fit at the moment. These players are not mentally fit. And in my opinion, they're probably about 65, 70% physically fit. They still have a lot to go through. It's a lot of running that is expected of them. And there's a lot of running that they're going to have to do. But if they play the game mentally by being clinical, then you won't have to do that much running because you won't have to defend that much. You have to kill the game off when you get a chance, when you can. Because if you don't, we lose. You work more. Everything becomes easy when you're winning. It's easier to defend. It's easier to attack. It's easier to keep the ball. Right? So far, our worst game is against Liverpool. And even in that worst game, we had 2 clear chances our 3 chances after we're down 3-0. What that says to me is that regardless of our situation, we can still create chances. We just need to find a way of finishing. We have two fullbacks, which is two inverted fullbacks right now. However, our left-sided fullback is inverted far way more than the right. Hence, that's the reason why most of our attacks goes down the right-hand side, and the pattern of play is better on that side. Unfortunately, the support is not there for the attack on the left-hand side. I don't mind our fullbacks being inverted, but they shouldn't be playing a 6. I would rather the 6, our number 6, stays in the 6, and the fullbacks play as 2/8s, inverted as 2/8s. That's my opinion. However, that's not the situation. We find that the 6 is up, and there's so much space between centre half and our 6, in my opinion. No, if I can see that, the manager can, the players can. So these players, spatial awareness, their player awareness is not on point. However, it keeps happening. When everything clicks going forward, it's pretty, it's brilliant, but we need goals. Going forward, I think we have the ability to win the games. I know we can. We have the players to win the game. We just need to be more clinical. I am proud to be a Manchester United supporter. I would not want it any other way. But my last time I was a member was 2016-2017 season. I haven't renewed a membership. I haven't bought any Manchester United kit since. But I tell you this, if we can win 3 games or 4 games in a row, I'll buy us a kit this season. I just want to see some consistency. Sometimes you have to win ugly. I don't care. That's 3 points. Good teams, brilliant teams, sometimes they have to win ugly. It's not about the pretty ball game all the time, passing it into the back of the net. Take some shots. And we as fans need to understand that sometimes the players are going to take some shot and it's not going to come off. Get off their back. Support them. Better luck next time. Because if you go on social media and you keep telling them, oh, you shouldn't have shoot, you should have passed. Okay. The next game they come, they start passing the ball. Lay it off to someone else. Lay it off to this person. Lay it off to, oh, why is he not shooting? We need to make up our mind and know what we want. Yeah, they are humans too. We need to support the players. We need to support the manager. We need to support the club. We don't have to support the owners. We don't have to be supportive of all the owners, I should say. I'm not saying to go buy kits. I'm not saying to go buy a season ticket. I'm not saying renew membership. I'm not saying to do any of that. I'm just saying, instead of being Manchester divided, let's become Manchester United. Because that's what we are. United we stand, divided we fall. If we're not together, we lose. There's not no other club that has infighting like our club. Why? Because we've been spoiled. We've been used to all of these victories, these trophies. But it's all dried up now. Yeah? It's all dried up now. Anyway, that's all for now today, guys. I'd appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, 876 United Hub. It's pretty new. I don't have much subscribers at the moment, but tell me in the comments what you think about my perspective on the club, the games, how we are at the moment, the team. Like, subscribe, and share. Until then, united we stand, divided we fall. Where are you going to stand? I'm united. What are you?